Darling, can we talk about something we don't always like to admit? Sometimes it's not what we wear that ages us. It's the little things we do without even realizing it. But don't worry, today I'm not here to tell you what to throw away or stop wearing. I'm here to help you refine, not restrict. Welcome back to Age with Style, where we celebrate timeless beauty, effortless elegance, and confidence at every stage of life. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because you, my dear, deserve to look and feel your best in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. Now, this isn't one of those what not to do videos that leave you second-guessing your wardrobe. No. For every style slip we'll talk about today, I'll show you how to fix it in a way that keeps you looking graceful, youthful, and completely you. So grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's talk about the 7 things the most attractive women never do, and more importantly, how you can avoid them while still feeling like your beautiful, confident self. Okay, let's start with something many women don't even realize is quietly aging them, trying too hard to look young. Now, I completely understand the intention behind it. We all want to feel lively, fresh, and relevant. But sometimes, in trying to keep up, we end up doing the opposite. We draw more attention to the very things we're trying to play down. You see, true attractiveness at our age isn't about pretending to be 30 again. It's about embracing 50, 60, or 70 with taste and grace. When you chase youth, you can easily slip into trends that don't flatter. Maybe it's overly bright prints, glittery fabrics, or those fast fashion pieces that look fun but don't add that quiet elegance that draws eyes for the right reasons. Instead, let's shift the focus from young to timeless. You can still feel modern without dressing like your granddaughter. Choose pieces that speak softly, clean lines, fluid fabrics, a well-cut blazer, or a simple dress that skims your figure. Add modern touches through accessories or color, not too loud, just enough to show you're still in tune with style, but on your terms. That's where the magic happens, when your outfit doesn't shout, but it whispers confidence. You look fresh, elegant, and completely yourself. Oh, and this next one might surprise you, because even if your clothes are beautiful, this little mistake can undo all that effort. It's something I like to call ignoring good fit. You know, I met this beautiful woman once at a small afternoon get-together. She was in her late 60s, had that soft glow that only maturity gives, and the kind of laughter that fills a room. But as she chatted, I couldn't help noticing how her blouse, a really elegant one, by the way, just didn't sit right. The shoulders drooped, the fabric swallowed her shape, and every few minutes, she'd pull it down or adjust the sleeves. And in that moment, I realized she wasn't missing style, she was missing fit. That's a mistake many women make without even realizing it. We focus on the color, the fabric, the price, but we forget the fit is what makes or breaks the whole look. When your clothes don't fit well, they don't honor your shape. Too loose, and they drown your silhouette. Too tight, and they take away the grace that comes with ease. But when something fits just right, everything about you softens, your shoulders fall back, your walk straightens, and you suddenly look so put together, without even trying. And here's the lovely part, this fix doesn't cost much. You don't need an entirely new wardrobe. Sometimes, all it takes is a quick visit to a tailor, or even learning how to belt, tuck, or layer pieces in a way that defines your waist and complements your shape. Think of it this way, when your clothes fit beautifully, you don't have to say you have style. It speaks for you. It whispers confidence, quiet sophistication, and self-respect. Now, while we're talking about things that quietly dull your elegance, let's touch on something that can instantly drain your glow, wearing dull or washed-out colors. I remember helping a lovely lady once. She had the most graceful silver hair, a gentle smile, and a wardrobe full of beige, gray, and faded pastels. Everything she wore matched, but somehow it all seemed to fade her instead of flattering her. You know that look, where the outfit wears you instead of the other way around. That's the quiet trap of dull colors. As we get older, our skin tone softens, our hair lightens, and those once flattering neutrals can suddenly start to drain the warmth from our face. The vibrancy that used to come naturally when we were younger needs a little help now, not in the form of heavy makeup, but with color. Now, I'm not saying you should toss out your favorite neutrals, far from it. What I'm saying is, bring them to life. Mix your soft beige with a touch of coral, powder blue, or even a bit of ivory. Try a scarf that lifts the tone near your face, or a pair of earrings that catches the light just enough. If you've got silver or white hair, jewel tones like emerald, navy, or deep plum can make your complexion glow. If your hair still carries a bit of warmth, go for soft peaches, dusty rose, or olive. These colors don't scream for attention, they enhance it. Because here's the truth, color is energy. The right shades can make you look rested, alive, and radiant, even on days you're not feeling your best. And that's what real attractiveness is about, looking fresh without trying too hard. Now, speaking of freshness, there's another detail that can completely change how youthful and polished you look, and it's sitting right on top of your head. You know, I always say, you can wear the most beautiful outfit in the world, but if your hair isn't saying the same story, the whole look feels unfinished. And that brings us to something many women unintentionally overlook: neglecting hair shape and volume. Now, let's be honest, hair changes with time. It gets thinner, the texture shifts, the bounce isn't quite what it used to be, and that's perfectly natural. But what happens is, a lot of women hold on to the same hairstyle they've had for 20 years, thinking, it used to suit me, so why change it? The truth is, what suited you at 40 might not do your face any favors at 60. I remember one sweet woman who came to me after watching a few of my videos. She told me she felt invisible, not because of her clothes, but because she felt her face had lost its spark. When we looked closer, her hair was long, flat, and all one length. It was dragging her features down. A few soft layers, a little lift around the crown, and a gentle side sweep later, and oh love, she looked alive again. Her smile looked brighter, her eyes more open. She didn't look younger because of the haircut. She looked younger because she felt like herself again. That's the secret. Your hairstyle should frame your beauty, not hide it. Go for shapes that bring movement, layers that add life, light volume that lifts your face, or even a fresh trim that removes those heavy ends. And don't be afraid of your silver strands. They can be your most stunning accessory if they're healthy and well-shaped. Add a soft gloss, maybe a gentle wave, and let it shine. Because here's the thing, when your hair moves, you move with it. It gives energy, youthfulness, and a kind of grace no expensive outfit can buy. Now, while we're talking about comfort and confidence, there's something else that often sneaks in with age. And if we're not careful, it can slowly steal that sense of style we worked so hard to build. You know, one thing I completely understand, and I mean completely, is the desire for comfort. After a certain age, no one wants to be tugging at tight clothes or wobbling in shoes that pinch. But here's where many women go wrong. They start choosing comfort over style, instead of comfort with style. It usually starts innocently. Maybe you swap your structured pants for those loose, stretchy ones, just for running errands, or you trade your elegant flats for those chunky slip-ons because they're easy. And before you know it, your wardrobe has quietly shifted from style with ease to ease without style. I remember visiting an older cousin once. She's one of the warmest women I know. She opened the door wearing these oversized t-shirts and shapeless pants, and she laughed, saying, "Oh, I just dress for comfort now." But she used to be so elegant. She had this way of dressing that made her look put together even in the simplest clothes. So I asked if I could style her using her own pieces. We picked a soft linen blouse instead of the t-shirt, tucked it just a little, added her favorite necklace, and slipped on comfortable loafers instead of slippers. Love, she stood in front of the mirror and just smiled. "It feels like me," she said. But better. That's the thing. Comfort and style aren't enemies. You just have to choose smart comfort. Look for breathable fabrics that still hold their shape. Linen, soft cotton, or jersey blends. Choose shoes that give support but also look refined. Loafers, ballet flats, or low block heels. And always keep at least one detail that elevates you. Maybe it's a crisp collar, a neat sleeve, or a touch of jewelry that adds a bit of sparkle. Because comfort shouldn't make you disappear, it should help you shine with ease. And speaking of shining, there's something that affects your whole look, even when your outfit and hair are perfect. Something as simple as how you carry yourself. You know, elegance isn't just about what you wear, it's about how you carry what you wear. That's why I always say, one of the easiest ways to lose that spark of attractiveness is forgetting about posture and poise. I remember once walking into a small cafe and seeing two women, both around the same age, maybe early 60s. One sat tall, shoulders relaxed, chin slightly lifted, her hands resting gently on her coffee cup. The other was dressed just as nicely, but she slouched forward, scrolling on her phone. And it struck me, posture changes everything. The first woman didn't look younger because of makeup or clothes. It was her energy. She had that quiet, effortless poise that draws you in without a word. When we slouch, our clothes hang poorly, our face looks tired, and even our mood starts to sync with it. But the moment you straighten your back, lift your chin, and relax your shoulders, something shifts. You feel lighter, more confident, more present. You don't need to walk like a runway model, just a little awareness throughout your day. Stand tall when you're waiting in line, sit upright while reading, walk with intention instead of rushing. These small, graceful habits make such a difference, not just in how you look, but in how you feel about yourself. And if you struggle with posture, a bit of stretching or light yoga helps a lot. Even practicing in front of a mirror, smile, stand tall, and remind yourself, I am still that woman, because you are. Now there's one last thing we need to talk about, and this one's a bit emotional, because so many women fall into it without realizing they've stopped updating the way they express themselves. You know, this last one is a little tender. It's something many graceful women fall into without realizing it. I call it dressing for the past, instead of the present. It often happens quietly. Maybe it's that favorite dress you've had for 20 years, or a certain hairstyle you've worn for decades, because it used to look so good. Or perhaps it's that habit of dressing how you used to feel, not how you feel now. And I understand, those pieces hold memories, comfort, and a sense of familiarity. But sometimes, without knowing it, they also hold us back. You see, the woman you were at 40 isn't gone. She's just evolved. And your style should evolve with you. That doesn't mean letting go of everything you love. It just means allowing your wardrobe to catch up with the beautiful, wiser, more confident woman you are today. I once styled a woman who said, I still dress like I did when I first started working. It just feels safe. But when she tried on a simple modern wrap dress in a color that brightened her skin, she looked at herself and said quietly, I didn't know I could still look like this. And that's exactly it. She didn't stop being stylish, she just stopped updating how she saw herself. So if you've been holding on to old patterns or pieces out of nostalgia, maybe it's time to refresh, not replace, just refresh. Try one new silhouette, a modern fabric, or even a softer color you haven't worn before. Let your wardrobe reflect the woman you've grown into, not just the one you remember. Because elegance isn't trapped in the past, it grows with you every single year. And there you have it, my darling. 7 quiet little habits that can dull your sparkle without you even noticing, and how to fix each one with grace. Remember, this isn't about perfection or chasing trends, it's about feeling good in your skin again, dressing in a way that makes you lift your shoulders a little higher, smile a little wider, and walk with that quiet confidence that turns heads without trying. Because at this stage of life, style isn't just about looking attractive, it's about being magnetic. It's the calm assurance that comes from knowing who you are and showing it beautifully. So take one or two of these little fixes this week and try them out. You'll be surprised how something as simple as a better fit, a fresher color, or the right accessory can shift how you feel about yourself. Now, before you go, tell me in the comments, which of these tips spoke to you the most, and where are you watching from? I really do love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this chat, and you want to keep discovering how to age with style, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. That way, you won't miss the next one. We have so much more to talk about, from everyday elegance to those subtle touches that make people say, "You look amazing, what's your secret?" Until then, my love, stay graceful, stay confident, and remember, growing older isn't about fading, it's about refining. I'll see you soon.